Okay, so we're finally back again in our OG setup, which is our office as a background for this week's episode of Gardening Up Shop with Make Me Garden, episode number
13.
that's right, 13. Was supposed to be 14, but our last week's episode got cancelled due to technical difficulties.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, good to be back at our office space. What do you think?
yeah. Good that we are able to take the fresh sunlight air that's available on the open top. I think really very few people are privileged to have such good space
Right.
where we get to breathe fresh air, talk some good things, and think about different ideas and stuff. And also, people who are viewing, if you think we are not wearing masks or something, this is our office, and we're maintaining a distance, and this is only for the podcast.
My life, my rules. My house, my rules. My office, my rules.
Yeah, and we are only two people here. There's no third person. I think there's some birds and all this stuff, but
And then we got lovely plants here which have shit ton of weeds here.
yeah, yeah,
Damn, we got to remove that.
yeah. And the monsoon is here, so we'll start doing.
Done. Okay, so as he mentioned, the monsoon is here. So, this week's episode is revolving around monsoon related topics. Now that I gave you the context, let's dive into the questions. First question: how to change the plants from one planter to another? One second, let me. Planter is just a grow bag. Planter is a posh word Rohit likes to use. I like to say grow bag.
Planter is nothing but technically, if I break them down and explain you, it is plant that exists in a support system. A planter.
Okay.
A plant support system is called as a planter. It could be a ceramic pot, it could be a grow
Okay.
bag, it could be a fabric bag, it could be anything that holds a plant. Even this bottle, when its lifetime is completed and is about to break or something happens, then you can put some soil and you can grow a plant in that.
Right.
So it becomes a planter automatically, a recycled planter.
Okay, so it's not a posh word, it's a technical word.
Yeah,
for a
technical
reason.
word, but people especially when gardeners talk in YouTube videos, they use this word called planter.
So that their viewers go, oh.
Yeah, and like technically saying, everybody doesn't have a grow bag, everybody doesn't have a plastic pot,
Right.
everybody doesn't have a jute bag. So one
Wide
word.
context.
Yeah, one word used for that. So yeah, coming to the word to the question.
Question.
Yeah, so when you're changing your plant from one to another, this is the most frequent question ever asked. It's a very simple process, to be honest. All that you have to do is, when you're shifting your plant, the utmost focus is on the roots. So your root, you never know where it has penetrated inside, because you have not seen it through a microscope.
It's not transparent.
Yeah, it's not transparent, and you have no idea. So what gardeners and all the technicians specify is that when you are shifting a plant from one to another, you should always try to take out the soil as well.
Mhm.
Completely, you will have to take out the soil, and then you have to plant it in a new pot.
Okay.
So technically, people whom we are talking here are people who have this red mud soil.
Right.
Yeah.
Only red mud.
Red mud. It is very hard, and
When it dries up.
when it dries up,
Right.
and even while the monsoons are on, when there is lot of showers, this water is not completely drained out. It
Okay.
locks inside to a maximum extent. And the drawback is that with red clay, these roots which go inside completely round up themselves in the hard area.
Okay.
When you pull them out all of a sudden, or you try to pull a plant this way, automatically the stems,
Roots.
the roots will completely break down.
Right.
The one which are crawled inside the hard rocks of the soil.
Right.
So that's the reason why people have come up with this thing called as potting mixture.
Right.
So whomever I visit these days, or MLK visits these days, we 100% ensure they are using potting mixture up to 60% in their pots.
Right. Even the new plants that we get,
Yeah.
we remove the top layer and then add in our mix.
Yeah, that's very important, because sometimes you can't gradually end up putting the entire plant in potting mixture. That's not right too, because potting mixture is very loose, very soft, and very easy. So plant also needs some support. That is the red clay, but not complete red clay composition that completely kills it one day.
Right.
So we have to ensure that there is, if If there is a pot with full potting mixture, happily you can take it out with the stem and put it in another one. But if you think you have a lot of red soil, take it out completely. All you have to do is either break the pot, which I don't do. I try my best to take the entire thing which is formed inside outside.
This is where grow bag becomes easier
Yes, exactly.
compared to anything else.
Exactly. Grow bags are not very expensive. They are ranged between 35 rupees to 50 rupees. A planter will cost you 200, 250, 300 in retail, which will break your heart if you break it one day.
Right.
I have invested so much and I'm breaking it. But grow bag, you can simply cut it down if it is red soil. I'm telling
And most of the times, if you're talking about a dried patch,
Yeah.
it actually shrinks.
Yes.
So you can
Yes.
put your hand underneath it and remove it
Yes.
completely.
Yes. So all you have to do is, I'll give you some simple hacks you can do. You can buy something called as neem oil, which is organic by nature.
Right.
So what you can do is, when you're removing it, so that the sides don't get struck to the walls of the pot, all the circle round, you can pour neem oil in the edges.
Okay.
So if you pour it in the morning, by afternoon it will start loosening in the
Right.
ends. So what you can do is, you can tap your pot on the ends. You have to just give it a knock on all the sides. All the sides of the pot, you are going to give a knock. It will become loose.
Okay.
So you have to gently remove it all outside and separate the pot from the round shrink component, that is the red soil, and then slowly place it in a new pot which has potting mixture.
Okay.
And the edges will automatically start moving out. When you are trying to put it in a new pot, the composed edges will get loose automatically and the excess will move out. But still you can see the roots are holding to a major chunk of this red soil. So do not worry, don't try to remove it. Put it in a new set of potting mixture. Gradually it will get mixed. The hard rock is gonna stay. It will help the plant thrive. And the loose one will take away all the wastage.
Right.
All the wastage will come up one day onto the top. Then remove all the top layer, add fresh soil. That's the
That's
view.
growth management.
Yeah, that's growth management, and at the same time it's soil management.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's move on to the second question.
Yeah.
Okay, the second question is how to add nutrients to the plants during monsoon.
Okay, this is a big headache.
Wait,
during
let me give them a context of how is it different.
Yeah.
It's very simple. Monsoons have a lot of rains. So when you add nutrients to your soil and when there are a lot of rains, they get drained out quicker than usual.
Yes.
So giving that as a context, now I guess it would be
Yeah. He made it easy for you while I talk in some advancement. So this is something that almost worries everybody, saying that I have put plants, there is stunted growth,
Right.
the leaves are drying out or changing in color
Mhm.
due to lack of nutrients. That's evident, do not worry. First, in the monsoons, red soil is not going to help your plants take anything upwards.
Okay.
Okay, if completely it is made. Okay, let's understand a perfect situation where you are having
Most ideal.
most ideal
Which
situation,
is impossible.
which is possible. That is, you have a fantastic potting mixture from Make Me Garden.
Okay, that class I'll agree.
Yeah, you have a perfect potting mix from Make Me Garden, and you have put your plant there.
Right.
We are no god. I'm promising you on that. We are no god. Our potting mixture will help you for 10 days of continuous rain. I can guarantee you that. But of this season is for 90 days.
Right.
And there'll be, if let's assume there's perfect situation for farmers are enjoying with every day decent rains falling in their area, heavy or decent rains where there's lot of water being accumulated. So in this situation, your terrace garden doesn't have sufficient soil. It has limited. Like even our perfect potting mixture is basically limited for 10 days. Then gradually all the nutrients will come down,
Yeah.
the minerals will come down. So what are you going to do? If you put liquids, you know the simple logic that liquids will wash away liquids. Simple, very simple. Like if I have Coca-Cola, if I start adding water to it, it will dilute.
Right.
At a certain point, it will dilute. And minerals, like plant nutrients, are very easy to drain out because there is soil which will drain them out easily.
Right.
Perfect potting mix. So in this case, what you have to do is you have to opt for something that are solid and strong by nature.
Okay.
Like something like there are clay balls. There are specifically there are nutrient balls which are organically made with composted mixtures.
Okay.
So you are going to buy these kind of materials. You are going to buy nitrogen balls if necessary.
Right.
You are going to buy them in a form which they don't get easily washed away. they'll get stuck in the soil
Right.
somewhere, which don't harm the plant at any cost, but they'll be when the water keeps on falling on them, they gradually
Dissolve.
reduce in size.
Right.
They don't wash away right away.
Right.
So that's a hack, and what we will do is, particularly in this week, you can watch it on an Instagram. We'll make a creative on what kind of solids you can procure
Right.
for your monsoons, and we'll share it across. So keep following for it. Yeah.
So the answer for this would be using
Solid
solids.
minerals and
Right.
nutrients. That's important.
So since we're talking about this as solids, I'm 100% sure we'll be showing them through our client work too.
Yes, yes.
For now, we are also still using liquids,
Yeah.
but we're yet to transition into the solid thing.
Yeah, the solid thing is really good. Even we have worked out with a few of our suppliers. They told that a 20 kg mixture would be costing around 1,000 rupees.
Okay.
But if you can add just few grams of it into the soil, that's enough.
Right.
It's a magical composition, so we will try to introduce that to you as well.
Added magic to our current magical soil.
Yes, double the magic.
Double dhamaka.
Yeah. And regarding the solids, we'll surely be having a small post regarding it.
Awesome.
Awareness post. Yeah.
Awesome. So stay tuned for that, and
Yeah.
obviously I'll be dropping Make Me Gardens link in the description.
Yeah.
So if you're watching and you haven't followed us, you can go follow us there. Okay, let's move on to our third question. What plants can I shop this season, or what seeds are best for monsoon?
Okay.
Wait, again, I have something to add before you go ahead. Too.
Hmm.
For what seeds are best for this season, monsoon is,
Website.
go onto my website.
Yeah.
There is a seed chart. We
Okay.
clearly mentioned for every season, not just
Yeah.
monsoon. So you can refer that and get your answer for that.
I didn't prepare for that question. I had the same answer. Yeah, because I know.
But what plants can I shop?
Yeah,
This one.
that I'll be answering. It is simple. Like people to understand, when there are rains, there's a lot of water, obviously. So if you shop something that is very weak and small, it will get washed away.
Right.
It's simple. Like there's a big war going on. A weak soldier would never survive on the game, on the war. And there's someone who's strong, tall, and he has lot of armors put on him. He's covered. He's like ready to fight. He'll survive. So
Okay.
similarly, in monsoons, the best plants are those which are highly fleshy, and they're at least medium and tall in height. And they should have usually nature makes itself in such a way that they perfectly are designed to handle some things.
They grow in different phases, but
Yes.
monsoon they are able to withstand. it.
Withstand, exactly. So, like when you are able to shop for plants like be it areca palm or monstera, or plants like even jade doesn't survive in monsoons.
Right.
Jade, if you leave it in monsoon, it will wash away. You will have to do that in and out method, which is very hard. Like, see, I am very occupied with so many things in day-to-day life. I cannot
Right,
sit
makes
at home.
sense.
Yeah, I cannot sit at home and balance what is inside, what is outside. So plants which are usually broad-leaved in shade, which have long leaves but in a bulk,
Right.
and the plants which are highly fleshy and they don't move at all, they don't get affected by wind, they don't get affected by anything, they withstand they withstand monsoons totally. And also my important advice for monsoons is that always have a bigger pot or bigger grow bag. Don't go ahead with or standard grow bags. Don't go with a small pot. Or nursery guys are very smart. They tell you, if I don't give you a bigger pot, I'll give away for you at 100 or 150 rupees discount. People go and happily take that offer. And he's the guy who's smart.
Mm-hmm.
He wantedly removed the pot and he gave them a normal one.
Right.
Now this guy will put it in a smaller pot, or he'll leave it in that bag which they get ready made with the nursery.
Mulch.
Mulch, yeah, the basic mulch, they'll leave it with it.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll die gradually.
Right.
They have nothing inside except red soil
Right.
or some cocoa peat, nothing else than that. So they'll die. So whenever you're investing, how much you invest on plant, I would recommend invest the same on the pot and the soil. If you do that, they will survive. And as I said you, there are some identifying marks that you have to see in the plants. They have to be broad leaves. If they have thin leaves, they have to be in a bulk, so that all the rainwater is washed away upwards.
Right.
They don't go inside. only if there is, let's say 1 liter of water is about to enter the plant, they will divert almost 600 to 700 ml.
Okay.
Only 300 ml goes inside, which is required.
Mhm.
Rest is over. And even with fleshy plants don't take any water more than they require.
Right.
They know, they have that mechanism where they drain the entire thing. So go with plants like them. For beginners, for pro, it's your wish. You can buy any plant in the world, you can make it.
For Pro, Pro will have a setup
Yeah,
which will, like a shade net or something which will protect the plant from everything.
absolutely. They have everything. They have everything equipped because they are into it, man. They are into it. No matter what, even they die, they'll save it first.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It says like a baby.
Ah, yeah, obviously.
Okay, let's move on to our fourth question. What does MMG have to offer this monsoon? Even I'm excited, man. What does MMG have?
Okay, MMG for monsoons.
MMG is Make Me Garden, by the way.
Yeah.
If you don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you'll be quite familiar with MMG, listening to us quite few times.
Right.
Yeah. So from Make Me Garden side, monsoons would be, if you have observed our Instagram handle, we have already changed the color themes.
Right.
In summer we used all yellow and bright colors. Now we are using blue.
Right.
You can see more of blue, and you will find seeing it for next 3 months, obviously.
Right.
So our aim this time from Make Me Garden side is not just to ensure that we install plants and stuff at your place, but also what we are planning to do is we will help you with your rain harvesting setups.
Interesting.
This is an additional service that we are going to provide. What we will do is we will help you safeguard water and use it for plants.
Okay.
And this time you should be treating, if Make Me Garden is something is of your choice, that you are calling to your you are calling us to
Yeah,
your
when
house.
you're opting our services.
Yeah, opting our services, then you should understand that we are here to promote sustainability,
Right.
not any sort of commercial aspects or anything, but more of gardening, less of wastage.
Right.
So we'll be ensuring that whatever you get in these monsoons through natural resources, we'll be making reaccessible for you. And if you don't have rainwater harvesting pits, we would make sure that how you safeguard your excess water that comes out from the plants. Even we will be emphasizing more on those techniques. And definitely, we would want to give away some discounts or some sort of additional services in return when you do this.
Mhm.
So you should be watching out the space for exciting updates when we sit together and discuss more plans of it.
Definitely, definitely. As you were speaking, even I got certain ideas. Let's discuss about this
Yeah,
post podcast. But interesting, man.
yeah.
Super interesting, and it's not just that. There will be other news too.
There'll be other news too that will definitely take you by excitement also.
I think that will be by end of monsoon.
Yeah, mostly.
Mostly by end of monsoon.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. And also, we were forced to talk about this thing, about dry waste management and making compost at our own houses with dry and wet waste.
Right.
So that's an issue we are trying to address too.
Dude, since you brought it up, sorry to interrupt. Yes, you know Clubhouse?
Yeah.
Yesterday, Siddharth Bendy, he
Uh-huh.
runs the Beautiful World Movement
Okay.
NGO.
Okay.
Walu, they hosted a club on that app. The concept was zero waste management and sustainability.
Okay.
I went in.
Okay.
So he was just talking about what Make Me Garden does. So I just want to give him a shout out.
Yeah, please. Yeah, Siddharth Bendy is a very cool guy who loves encouraging entrepreneurs and sustainability partners, and really a good shout out for him at this moment. But yeah, even we are planning on that. Dry waste management is definitely an issue we all should consider, and even making that composition of
Right.
wet waste versus dry waste and how we can make it come together, make your own compost, make it your commercial resource if required, or give
We
it out.
did get a client who was interested in
Yeah,
that.
there were two people simultaneously interested in this
Right.
project, so we'll have more to talk about it. Definitely.
As we do, we'll all obviously explain.
Yeah.
More importantly, we'll have the footage to show.
Yeah,
That would be awesome.
yeah, that would be great.
Okay, so moving on to our fifth and final question. Will the rains have any impact on the harvest?
Okay, I want to understand, make you understand this in a very ground level. What Make Me Garden has always aimed at is to help you understand the problems of farmers or agricultural guys who work every day.
Right.
So people ask us many a times that why don't you sell away direct saplings? You will make a lot of money. You can now, for example, a seed packers go at 25. If I sell a direct vegetable plant, it goes as 50 or 60 rupees, or even sometimes at 150,
Right.
depending on the inflation and
Size also.
size also. So they keep telling me that why don't you directly grow a plant and sell it? So we have always emphasized on a journey called as experiential gardening.
Exactly.
Yeah, so this experiential gardening is that process where we want you to understand every pain that a farmer goes through and why we should value them, and we will be able to explore a farmer within each of us in this process. So what specifically we are going to talk in this question is about, will the rainwater or continuous flow will affect my harvest? 100% it will affect your harvest if not taken care. Now you should know how what farmers do. Like when there is expected rains, when a news comes from the government portal, a farmer, be it midnight or be it somewhere in the night, even having his food, has to leave it, run and get the gandi kodtam antaru.
Right.
Yeah, they do that to drain out excess water.
Excess water. Yeah.
That is the amount of hard work that goes in every monsoon, because a crop dying is like a own child dying,
Right.
because they have put in their blood and sweat into it, and every person doing it in home should feel the same experience. You are investing a minimum of rupees 4,000 into Make Me Garden. So for you, if your 4,000 is that way, it is his livelihood.
Okay.
So we want you to do it all on your own. We will guide you on how you can do it. You have a perfect setup. You have a good potting mix that we'll provide you. You have good drain holes under the bags we provide you. But still, you will have to manage your crop. If you have put a seed today, you expect heavy rains for the next 3 days. The amount of worry you go through and the amount of tension that kills you is called experiential gardening. And
I think that's what makes it fun, man.
yeah, makes it fun. But if you are able to make your plant survive by understanding the water conditions, where you put it, how you save it, what all you do, is something that will get excited.
Right.
And if you can come out and show us that I have saved my plant, now what are you going to give me? We are ready to give you a good complimentary offer or something.
Probably extra seeds.
Yeah, something, anything, we would be happy to compensate you, but we want to see the gardener in you. So Make Me Garden throws a challenge at you that anything you do has to be exciting, fun, a roller coaster.
Dude, I honestly feel people should always consider that thing for all aspects.
Yeah,
Until and unless it's exciting, I think, why do you want to do something which is not exciting?
exactly. I agree with that.
But I just want to add one more thing for that last question. For protecting your harvest, again, as Rohit mentioned, pros, they don't require anything because they have setups. So if you have an open setup, all you have to do is cover it up so that there is some place which stops the impact. And also, as Rohit said, it drains out certain amount. So even if the leaves are weak,
Yeah,
they'll stop it furthermore.
exactly.
So on that note, this would be the end of today's podcast. But do you have anything else to share? Because it's been a long time since we did the setup. So do you have any updates to give or any news to share before we end it?
Okay, so more than anything else, I would ask everybody of you to stay safe in the first place, because situations, you see cases reducing, it's nothing, it's just a drop, but it's not the end of it. Please take care of yourselves. The situations are still very critical, because news is just a sensationalized thing, except that between the lines it's still horror. So please be very careful in whatever you do. We ourselves are doing so much to keep away from business but safeguard our clients.
Right.
We maintain minimum distance while doing things. We take a gap of voluntary 3 days before serving a client because we want you to be safe. We are losing on lots of business, but we are doing it for you. So even if you be safe and take care of yourself, that's more than enough for us. And also, UN is releasing a lot of good statements about environment. Kindly read them and try to be a part of them, because you are the target audience, because the elderly would never want to listen such things, and the too young wouldn't understand the need of it. But we are the people who have to take this momentum forward, or else it will be stuck there, and one day we will have to look back and regret. So I think taking some actions will keep us on track.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so on that note, let's end this podcast.
Yeah.
And If you're listening to this, subscribe to the Spotify channel, or if you're watching this, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you've done both, there's link of Make Me Garden of Instagram and other platforms in the description. Go subscribe or follow them.
Yeah, please do that.
We have something exciting coming up, you know. Stay updated. Stay updated.
Yeah. Keep
You'd-
watching.
You'd love to be part of it.
Obviously.